Historical figures touch our lives in ways that we often don't realize. For instance, when I was 8 years old, I have a distinct memory of being in our living room in Texas, watching the evening news when Dr. King was being interviewed, and hearing my father comment to no one in particular, "That's a great man." Those simple words spoken by my father about Dr. King have stayed with me my whole life. But I know that other children were hearing very different words from authority figures during those difficult civil rights years. As a teenager, I grew up in Little Rock, where drinking fountains, bathrooms, and so much of society were segregated based on color, and where a United States president had to send in federal troops to integrate a public school. During my growing up years there, I witnessed a remarkable transformation of race relations in Little Rock, and remember the city's anguish at Dr. King's death in nearby Memphis. More recently, my pastor stated one Sunday that Martin Luther King Jr. is the only minister in history to have a national holiday. So we ought to consider what he had to say. And the pastor proceeded to give a sermon that was a compilation of Dr. King's speeches and writings about love and justice and faith. It's one of the most memorable church services I've ever attended. So historical figures touch our lives in ways that we often don't realize. So at Elon, we come together every year in celebration of Dr. King's life and legacy. Our university did not have its first African American student graduating until after Dr. King's death. But due to the work of the Multicultural Center, the Watson Scholars Program, and other initiatives, Elon can be proud today that an African American retention rate here is higher than the retention rate of the student body as a whole. Change for the good is happening, and we still have much work to do. Thank you for being here.